You ever sail into a new harbor and just feel a little overwhelmed? You see this whole collection of red and green buoys, and it feels like you're trying to read a foreign language without a dictionary. Well, that's exactly what it is. It's the language of the waterways. And trust me, by the end of this, you're going to be speaking it fluently.
So here's our game plan. First, we'll talk about who makes the rules. Then we'll get into the two big global systems. After that, we'll master the basic port and starboard marks, figure out what to do when a channel splits, and then wrap it all up with a handy little cheat sheet. So who actually makes these rules anyway? Safe navigation doesn't just happen by accident. It's all built on a universal system. So a sailor from Japan and another from Brazil are looking at the same water and reading the exact same language. And the group we have to thank for this global language is the IALA. Their whole job is to make sure these markers are standardized all over the world. It's because of them that this system for getting around safely is consistent, whether you're in the Mediterranean or the Caribbean.
Now, the IALA creates the standards, which is great, but there's a pretty crucial twist you need to know about. The world is actually split into two different systems for marking channels.
That's right, one planet, but two totally different rulebooks for how to read the main channel markers. And knowing which system you're navigating in, well, that's probably the single most important piece of information you can have when you see a red or a green buoy up ahead. And here it is, the one critical difference between the two systems. It's all about the color. In ISLA A, which is used in most of the world, red marks are kept to your port side. But here in ISLA B, which covers the Americas, you keep the green marks to port. We're going to focus on Region B, but just remember this. If you ever travel, the rules are the same, you just flipped the colors. Okay, with that global context out of the way, let's dive into the real building blocks here. The port and starboard marks that basically draw the lines on the road for us. For anybody navigating in ISLA Region B, so North and South America, this little phrase is the golden rule. You got to remember it. It's a simple mnemonic that just means when you are returning from sea, like heading into a harbor or going up a river, you keep the red buoys to your right side, your starboard side. Simple as that. Okay, let's break down the port hand mark. In Region B, it's got three key features you have to know. 1, its color is green. 2, its shape is a cylinder with a flat top, which everyone calls a can. And 3, if it's got a number on it, it's always going to be an odd number. So when you're returning from sea, the green can stays on your left. And here's its partner, the starboard hand mark. Again, 3 things to look for. 1, its color is red, which fits right in with our red right returning rule. 2, its shape is a cone, and it's often called a nun buoy. And 3, its numbers are always even. So returning from sea, the red nun stays on your right. And just to be super clear, if you ever find yourself sailing in Europe or another ISLA A place, the shapes and the numbering system are exactly the same. The only thing that changes is the color. You'll see red cans to port and green nuns to starboard. All right, so you've got the basics down for a nice straight channel. But let's be real, waterways are rarely that simple, right? Now we're going to tackle what happens when the channel decides to split. So imagine you're heading into a harbor. You're following your red and green marks just like you're supposed to, and then all of a sudden you're faced with a choice. The channel forks left and right. So which way is the main channel? How do you know which way to go? The answer is this thing, the preferred channel mark. You might also hear it called a bifurcation mark. This buoy is basically your guide at a crossroads. It's got both red and green bands, and its whole job is to point you toward the main channel, while also marking where that secondary, less important channel is. Now, the best part is that reading this mark is incredibly simple. You don't need a new set of rules at all. You just look at the color of the topmost band. That one detail tells you everything you need to know. Let's walk through it. Remember our ISLA B rule. Green marks stay to port. So if this buoy has a green band on top, you just treat it like a regular green can buoy. You keep it on your port side, and that'll guide you right into the main channel, which will now be on your starboard. And on the flip side, what color do we normally keep to our starboard, our right side? Red, of course. So if the top band is red, you treat this buoy just like a normal red nun buoy. Keep it to your starboard side, and that will guide you right into the preferred channel, which will now be to your port. See? It's that intuitive. Okay, we've covered the core rules for the most common channel marks you're going to see out there. So now, let's pull it all together into one simple cheat sheet that you can reference anytime you need it. This table right here, this is your key takeaway. It neatly sums up everything for the ISLA B system, which, remember, is for the Americas. You've got your port and starboard marks, and then your 2 types of preferred channel marks. It shows the color, the shape, and most importantly, what to do when you're returning from sea. Seriously, this is the slide to screenshot. All right, pop quiz. You're returning to a port in North America. You see a buoy up ahead. It's got red and green bands, and the top band is red. What do? Well, the top color is the key, right? It's red. So you treat it like a red non-buoy, and you keep it to your starboard. And just like that, you've decoded the language of the waterways.